Coming to you today from Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me tonight, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. DA, take it away. The players love him. Thank you, David. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at Portland. They've had a very slow start to the season so far, down in the bottom half of the conference.
And for the Trailblazers, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
We all know talking the talk is easy, but carrying through, that's another story. The naysayers' predictions were basically on point.
So the Nets starting five. We've got Jordan, Wilson Chandler out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's Irving in at the one. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Hazonia out there with Nurkic, and it's Whiteside in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Chris, we're getting into a new season, but already we're seeing teams hit that injury bug early on.
Yeah, Kevin, don't you just hate to see it? So hopefully those guys come back healthy. And, man, you hate seeing that, but I tell you what, again, injuries can always also have a positive effect. If you get that injured player back, let's just think you get to give guys time that didn't get that much time before, so they're getting kind of 2 seasons within one. The playoffs come, you get that healthy player back, and by the way, you have a guy that you've developed off the bench, and now you have a deeper team, a little more depth.
Nurkic, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
KD finds Jordan. Over Whiteside. Outside for KD. Takes it from 10. No good that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
Yeah, and taking on an interconference foe, certainly not a rival. They're the better team, and they showed it, winning both matchups last season.
Irving's shot is good.
Oh, I like when Irving turns on the jet. Amazing quickness on the drive from the speedy guard.
Cullen passes to Nurkic. Harris against McCollum. Count it. McCollum's got 5 points so far. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Irving. His last outing with 20 points. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And Lillard kicks to Hazonia. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Kevin Durant.
Oh, the sheer size Nurkic possesses is sometimes overwhelming, which is how he gets these fouls.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to Jordan. Chandler trying to free himself up. Jordan's shot is off. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers.
And after the Blazers got swept in the first round in 2018, many said they needed to blow it up. Instead, they stayed with it. 52 wins, a 3 seed in the West.
Yeah, they just had the patience to keep building, adding pieces, and developing. I mean, this team is going in the right direction.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
Pau Gasol's checked in for Portland. Rodney Hood comes in for Hazonia. Allen's checked in for the Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Irving. Brooklyn trailing. For 3, Harris. The rebound by Gasol.
and he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles. Knocked loose. It's Durant on the wing. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Getting to the rim and dunking it down. That's the aggressive side of Durant.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. McCollum against Harris. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Harris. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And good that time. And this game is tied up now.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now here's McCollum, hoping to put that miserable performance against the Clippers behind him tonight.
Now that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Now here's Durant, following the miss by Rodney Hood. Allen dishes to Durant. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance.
And look at how quickly Lillard leaps out in transition. He wants to run down the throat of the D, burn him in the open floor.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Well, the best season of his career, Kevin. But then Yusuf Nurkic suffered that gruesome leg injury. It was a huge loss for the Blazers and a long road to recovery for Nurkic.
Zach Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. Ken Bazemore comes in for C.J. McCollum. And then for Brooklyn, Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Jordan. Rodion Kurucs comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's LeVert in for Harris. Now here's Dinwiddie. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
LeVert against Hood, and the pass to Lillard. Now Hood, he had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good work there as it goes.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Prince's shot is good.
Just good, aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Gasol. That one, no good. Excellent D there from Allen. Kurucs passes to Allen. Over Gasol. Allen, that's good. Allen's got his second bucket of the night.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
From deep, Collins, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Portland. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We come back right after this. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility when things go bad.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Taurean Prince is out there with Jarrett Allen. And it's Kurucs in at the 3 spot.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Now here's Prince. Beyond the arc. And it's Gasol with the rebound. And Rodion Kurucs picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
and 6 straight playoff appearances for the Blazers under Terry Stotts. Last season making the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, GA, and he was rewarded with a multi-year contract extension. He's done a great job developing their young players while also having them compete at a high level.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Hassan Whiteside comes in for Pau Gasol. And it's Hezonja in for Hood. And the Nets making a change here. Chandler's checked in. Here's Irving. And again, it's the Nets missing. Trailblazers shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Passes it to Hezonja. Bazemore against LeVert. 13 feet away. Lays it up off the glass. Bazemore's got his first points of the night.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, Greg, it's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Irving misses. Portland leading. Down low. And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Now, here's Irving. And no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
For the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Zach Collins. And McCollum subbed in for Kent Bazemore. And then for Brooklyn, Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Kevin Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. And Joe Harris is subbed in for LeVert. For Brooklyn, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. We're talking about number one options at the offensive end. There's a mentality, right, that you got to have as the team's go-to scorer, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's look at Harden. He can go 0 for 7, and then he expects to go 27 for 27. How about Curry? Have you ever seen Thompson when they said, oh, my God, Klay Thompson is off. Last game, he only had 11 points. Well, when that happens, you can bet your last dollar that the next game,
look out,
he's going to make every shot. And so what it is, again, a short memory. Whether you make a lot, so what? I'm going to do that again tonight. And if you missed a lot the previous night, so what? That wasn't this night. Let's get it right now.
And it's Irving missing.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Chandler against Lillard. It's Hezonja in the corner. Nurkic trying to get open. They get it back. Whiteside, good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Nets trail by 5. In the corner, it's Harris. Left side, Durant. Jordan trying to free himself up. 6 to shoot. And the Nets miss again. Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against New Orleans. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Outside, KD. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Oh, man, that's the type of play that gets a player and his teammates fired up. Durant gets the contact and still finds a way to hit the shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And last year, excellent at the free throw line, just a shade under 90%.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Something you just don't appreciate enough. It's the efficiency of Kevin Durant. 7 straight years now of him shooting over 50% from the floor. I mean, it's incredible given how many shots he takes.
And here are the Trailblazers now. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Nurkic in the post, covered by Irving. Hezonja's shot is off. And KD not just an elite scorer, Chris, as you said, but an efficient elite scorer.
Yeah, Kevin, you look at everyone else in the league scoring 30-plus a night, and they aren't shooting over 50% from the floor. That is just one of the many things that make KD a generational talent on the offensive end.
Here is Lillard following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Lillard with it. Now Chandler defending. And it's Lillard missing.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Durant finds Chandler. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Hood's checked in. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. Hood on the wing. Plenty of space. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Hood's got his second bucket.
The timing, the execution. Nice job by Hood. Not hesitating, and instead taking and shooting right away.
They get it again. Here's Jordan. Nurkic with the block. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Lillard with the ball.
A lethal shooter from downtown. McClellan, he enjoys opportunities to pull the trigger.
Durant against Nurkic. No good from Durant.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Nurkic can't hit. Nets trail by 4.
Pick up the pace, get the 2-for-1 here.
If that's how they want to end this quarter, they're going to have to score quickly. Just can't find the touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding, though, and looking for the best shot possible.
Portland shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And even though he's undersized, McCollum is just a tenacious scorer. He's a confident shooter that can catch fire quickly.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Whiteside. Zach Collins comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Kent Bazemore in for Lillard. And a new group in for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Caruge is checked in for Harris. And it's LeVert in for Kyrie Irving. Hood and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And a 6'8" Hood has great size. He's a tall guard who's talented at scoring from there.
The Trailblazers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Both free throws good from Hood.
Now, his free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Dinwiddie with the bucket. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers out in front, up by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
You can see where the priorities are. Rebounding, and then more rebounding. They made a concerted effort to get the glass clean.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And that'll do it for our halftime.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Nurkic, and it's Hezonja in at the small forward spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Now here's Chandler. Inside. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game.
And just 72% from the line a season ago. Not the greatest of numbers, but there are guys who are far worse off when it comes to free throw shooting.
And the basket by Lillard.
You got to love how clever Lillard is. I mean, he's exceptional at gutting the D apart with his dribbling moves.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 3. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. That will be their second of this 5-game road trip. And Durant, here we go. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. That's 7 points for KD.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
Nurkic, offensive rebound. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Trailblazers have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. Free throw, good, Whiteside. And looking at the numbers for Whiteside the last few years, Greg, it seems like his production has come back down a bit.
And for a minute, Whiteside looked like he could be a dominant center, but he struggled since his great 2017 season. Shot selection has been hurting, and sometimes it feels like he is in his own way as a player.
If he was shooting even a little bit better, the story of this game would be a lot different. He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
KD on the wing. He has 7, and that one drops for him.
Look at that gorgeous form on the jumper. That's Durant. You see that balance, the smooth release?
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Jordan with some nice D.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here's Durant. He's got 9. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Hassan Whiteside.
And Durant, on the move like that, so difficult to defend. Even if you're standing there waiting for him, he can still create an advantage.
Well, Kevin Durant was highly sought after following this past season. And, Chris, you knew his decision would have a huge ripple effect across the NBA.
Yeah, and at this point in his career, Kev, I mean, KD can do whatever he wants as far as which team he plays for. I mean, he has the titles, he has the money, and he has nothing left to prove. I mean, you can see why he chose this team.
And they double up Whiteside. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. So it's Portland now. Pass to McCollum. Up and in on the layup. McCollum's got 16 points.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
Durant kicks to Harris. Second shot opportunity. And Jordan with the nice inside bucket.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Now here's Lillard. Pass to McCollum. Lillard, right side. Rebounded by the Nets. Bounce pass from Durant. Harris passes to Irving. Left side, Chandler. To the paint. And Jordan slams it in.
And he doesn't always feel the need to get fancy on those dunks, but when Jordan does, he makes it something special, just like that one.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Chandler comes with the double team. Back to Lillard. Right side trying to break free. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Damian Lillard. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. See, well, we've heard some people criticize the league's obsession with the three-pointers, saying the game is less fun to watch. You and I have talked to coaches who do not like the style of play. Would you agree with that?
You know what, I do, Kev, but it's all in the way that it happens. So let's talk about a team like Golden State, okay? Right. Golden State shoots so many threes, right? But they don't shoot the most threes, and they have the best ball movement. And they still take the most number of twos. And so they have a balanced game. Now, they have 3 of the best shooters last season out of any team maybe in the history of the game. And they don't take the most threes, but then you have teams that have every guy shooting under 30% and they're shooting 100 threes with no ball movement, yeah, something's backwards. It's still about playing basketball and shooting threes, not shooting threes during a game that happens to be a basketball, if that makes any sense.
It does. Perfect sense. The Trailblazers have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line. And free throw good from Hood.
The key for Hood is consistency. Now he's an established player. He has the tools needed to be a solid scorer in this league.
Both free throws good from Hood. For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Dinwiddie finds Jordan. LeVert with it. Back to Jordan. And they double up Jordan. Clock at 6. Three-pointer, LeVert. Knocks it loose. The Trailblazers have made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. The first free throw is good. And so Bazemore nails both of them. Brooklyn trailing. It's Prince on the wing. Shoots. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 16. And Prince comes to help. Bazemore dishes to Gasol. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And here's a look at some numbers for Jordan. He's coming off an excellent season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 13 rebounds, and 2 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable tenacity going to the glass. It's been reflected in that stat sheet.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
McCollum kicks to Collins. Portland no good that time either. Nets leading by 4. That's tipped. It's Prince on the wing. Allen surveying the D. And the rejection by Collins.
An established defender at a young age. Collins has the timing and the reach to block shots.
Caruge is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Here's Prince. Bazemore grabs the miss.
The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
To the inside, and Gasol slams it in.
Yeah, and it doesn't take a whole lot of effort for Gasol to dunk it home. At 7 feet tall, he uses his height to power home those games.
The Nets have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon. We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Here's McCollum. That one off the back iron and out. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Nets lead by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
3 tenths quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. So for Brooklyn now, Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Caruge is out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Allen in at the 5. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Lets it go from 11. Brooklyn with the rebound. to the wing on the left. Here's Karuch. He's covered by Bazemore. Levert the pass to Prince. Stolen by Collins. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
There's the double team with Allen, and that's going to be a travel. And let's see what the Nets have coming up. On Sunday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Phoenix to take on the Suns. And then on Tuesday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Zach Collins. And Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. And the Nets making a change here as well. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Karis LeVert. Now, here's Lillard. It's good from long range.
His three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep the D honest.
Lillard against Irving. Now here's Prince. He's covered closely. Irving against Lillard. Irving passes to Karuch. Back to Irving. Launches a three. Can't hit that one. Some solid defense from Lillard. Ripped away. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Count the basket.
Oh, Irving does a solid job maintaining his balance, even with the D being all over him. Impressive athleticism.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Lillard. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Whiteside's checked in for Portland. Hezonja comes in for Kent Bazemore. Then for the Nets, Kevin Durant comes in for Rodions Kurucs, and Harris subbed in for Dinwiddie. With the teardrop, Hezonja's shot is off. Nets leading by 3. It's Durant on the wing. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 13 points for Kevin Durant.
On the loose, Durant's been spectacular tonight, showing off the full arsenal.
Lillard from outside. They get the rebound. Whiteside fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Brooklyn. And that one misses.
And it had been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
Now here's Whiteside following the shot by Kevin Durant. Lillard scanning the floor. Just 5 to shoot. And the layup's good off the glass.
He's been a different player since halftime, coming on strong.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And with the 4th quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, DeAndre Jordan.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
Nets on defense. It's a three-point game. Here's Azania. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Azania's got his first 2 points.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
KD looking around. To the middle, here's Chandler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Clearly a foul.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. McCollum's checked in for Portland, and so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Yeah, good job. I mean, it's this close. The team that wins the free throw battle might win the game.
Here's Lillard. It's Hezonja in the corner, and it's good for 2.
That's good instincts as a distributor. I mean, Lillard on point with the pass.
Outside Durant. Back to Irving. He dishes it to KD. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, Durant wanted the ball in that situation, and he got it. Great killer instinct shown from him, and he gives his team a huge score.
Now, here's Lillard. Down low, and stolen by Jordan. Harris drives in, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
They get what they want out of that trip. Now a 2-possession game.
54 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And it's Lillard missing.
Look, I know he wants to get them back into this, but that's not the way to do it. They need smart shots, not heaves.
Irving kicks to Harris. That shot off. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Here's McCollum. Chandler with the block. And they go to the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Durant took a lot of heat for his move to the Warriors in 2016, but it doesn't look like he's regretted it one bit.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're down by 7. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I'm really curious to see what their strategy is at this point. You can't afford any wasted possessions.
"17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. Here's Lillard. It's Hezonja in the corner. A 3-pointer, no good. There's the triple. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.